numbers 5 and 6, these really have to deal with the homogeneity property, and this is kind of a big property for section 5.2 and chapter 5 in general. So let's review it first. So the homogeneity property, it says for a power function, and that's c times x to the k, if x is increased by a factor of t, then f is increased by a factor of t to the k. So when they say increased by a factor, that really just means multiplied. So if you multiply x by t, then you're multiplying, in effect, f by t to the k. So kind of another way of looking at it is whatever your input is being multiplied by, raise that to the k, and that's what your output is effectively being multiplied by. So number 5, we have c x to the fourth, and it says if x is doubled, by what factor is f increased? So doubled means that you're multiplying by 2, and then we have that power of 4 there. So if you take 2 raised to the 4, then that gets you 16. So what that means is that if you're doubling x, f is getting multiplied effectively by 16. With number 6, we have f of x is equal to c times x to the 2.53. And it says, by what factor must x be increased in order to triple the value of f? This is kind of the backwards direction because we know what our output is being multiplied by. They want to know what do we need to multiply the input by. So kind of the reverse of number 5. So I don't know what we're multiplying the input by, so I'm going to call this t. And I do know the power. It's 2.53. And I do know that the end result needs to be 3 because we're trying to triple. So if I want to solve for t, I actually need to raise both sides to the 1 over 2.53. So taking the first one, that is t to the 2.53, and if I raise that to the 1 over 2.53, and the other side I have 3, and I'm also raising this to the 1 over 2.53. On the left, the 2.53 and the 1 over 2.53 will cancel out, and that will just leave you with t. On the right, if you type that into your calculator, then you should get 1.54, and this will be our answer. And you don't need to write the t if you don't want to. It's just going to be the 1.54. So what this means is that you need to multiply your original by 1.54 in order to triple the y value or the f value.